to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show, that's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome on a Monday. It's a Monday. It is. It's live at 5 right here with our weekend update coming your way in just a moment. Stick around with us.
It's the weekend review. Top 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With all around, you know I'm planning to do it well. So all around town radio.
Yo. All right, let's get it started. What do you say? Let's see who's checking in today. I see some fun faces popping up on my screen. Looks like Glenn checking in first up on the YouTube channel, followed immediately by Jeff Vance, who was away at a music fest all weekend, having some great fun, it looked like. Missed you on Thursday, Jeffrey. I did. Show. Hi, Devin from Springfest in the Berg, where I'll be this weekend with all of you. Yes, Springfest in the Berg. Got a great lineup of music all weekend long. We're going to talk about it all week long, too, so we'll tell you some of that lineup and who's playing, but I will give you a little sneak peek that Friday night you're going to want to be there for sure. Miss Jackie makes her way up north. It's going to be fun. Saturday, headlining Sorella. Can't wait to meet those young ladies. And Sunday night, actually Sunday afternoon, evening, 4 to 6, Party Punch. And if you haven't seen them, that's another one, too. So make a weekend of it. Hi, Stephanie Sutherland. Thank you for being here. Finding Melissa and White Knuckle Weekend representative. Looks like Liars for Hire in the house. Skip's here. I'd like to hire a liar. Can I do that? All right. Bob Klein in the house. What's up, Bob Klein from C-Bus and the wonderful band named Rockhouse. Bob, I looked at that schedule. I saw a couple that might be a chance to make. Yes. Got a big schedule this summer. Gina McCann, the lovely Gina McCann in the house. Gina, thank you for Thursday night as well. It was a pleasure to hang with you and Tim. Roger, thank you for being here. Dirk Turner, same thing. Hey, yeah, I'm sporting the crown. I figure you're sporting mine all weekend long. I might as well sport yours. Yes. What's happening, people? How was your weekend? Tell us, how was your weekend? Desolate in the house. Hey, Steve. Steve Hook is here as well. You made the show. Thank you so much. Tim Evans in the house. What's going on, buddy? Checking in from Velvet Crush. And Tim. Hi, Tim from Hindsight. On board. Bass players represented. There we go. Thank you so much. Hey, somebody talk to me here. Tell me how your weekend was. And if you didn't get it posted on our page where we asked for it, tell me who you got to see play this weekend, because we had a great weekend of live local music, or I did, I should say. I hate the term I say we all the time, but yeah, I got out and had a good time. I did. I'm trying right now. I'm in the process of seeing if something's still going to upload here. I was trying to add something to the screen here, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we're getting there. So, yeah, really big weekend. I will tell you, though, welcome to All Around Town Radio, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more. Yes. And the home of Dirk Turner's birthday this weekend. We had so much fun with him. We did. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. For real, for real. So, yeah, Ken Stapleton, you need your man card back, brother. You do. What a great weekend we had. And I got to see Ken Stapleton. I did. And that's a bonus always. Let me see who else is talking to me here. Tony from Hindsight in the house. What's up, Ken? You doing all right? Scott Albrecht in the house. I got to see him as well. We had some fun together. And Devin says Springfest to be the best weekend ever. It will. I'm sure that's what you're talking about. You're not talking about my weekend this weekend, I don't think. Yes. And what do you got? Glenn said Thursday was fun. It was fun. Thursday was a good time. I'm going to open with that here in just a minute, actually. As soon as I let some people catch up with the live, we're still working on that. Hi, Melissa from Finding Melissa. Thank you for being here. And the contenders in the house. And Ken. Epic dance-off, Ken. We'll talk about that. Chris Thompson, got to see him over the weekend. I got to see so many fun people. I did not get to see Skip. And I did not get to see Megan Miller, however. Hi, Megan. But Megan Miller made my absolute day today. I don't know if you saw the post on my personal page or not that Megan tagged me in. Her daughter. She made me cry. She did. She did a thing for Mother's Day of, this is my mom, the little things you fill out at school that say your mom's favorite this and that. And it said favorite TV show. And she wrote All Around Town Radio. Then had a picture of her mom with All Around Town Radio on her shirt. So, wow. Either Megan, you watch too much, or that little girl is just marvelous. And I'm going to pick B. Yes, B. Yes. Jeff said Saturday was All Around Town Shirt Day. Did we get a picture of that, Jeff? I didn't see it if you posted it, but I want it if you were at Sonic Temple. Absolutely. Bob Klein. Buddy, I'd love to be at one of your shows. I'm going to make it somewhere, somehow. I'm going to take a road trip or do something. And you're coming close, but it's late in the season, so I want to do something before that. For real. Hi, Kevin Cooper. Stephanie said, fun weekend, gorgeous weather. Happy belated Mother's Day. Yes. She got to see Ladder, which I hated to miss on Friday night, but I had a gig. Last Call and Truck. Wow. You got to see a bunch of good ones. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for always reminding everybody sharing is caring. So please share the show. For real. Hi, Keith from White Knuckle Weekend. Drummer extraordinaire. How are you? Good to have you with us. Steve Stein in the house. Goodness, everybody popping up today. It must be a gloomy Monday out there. And yes, Jimmy, it was great to see you. And thanks for sporting the All Around Town apparel and everybody that did. And yeah, Gina said that post is so great. I mean, honest to God, I teared up. I mean, it was just, that is so sweet. And I just love that little girl. I can't wait to see her again. Megan, bring her back to Wednesday night again. We'll have some fun because she was just adorable. Well, both your kids are adorable, just like their mom. They are. And Bob Herman, thank you so much for being here. So let me get to it here, guys. Don't forget on our shows throughout the week, please, if you get a chance, just share one or two of them and get the word out there because, frankly, something is going on in the world of socials with us. We were on a roll for a while. We were on a roll, especially the Thursday show, the Who's Playing Out show. We were doing like 14,000 views on this show. It's been progressively just tanking, and this week it tanked ultra. We were down 6,000 views this week. We were down to 1,000. That's all we got. And I'm just going to tell you that ain't worth doing the list, to be honest with you. Sorry. But it's just, I don't know what to say. But either that or the algorithm's all whacked. I don't know what's going on, but it's just, that list is so much work to put together each week. And everybody, it's work for everybody. People that send in their stuff, do all that. And I certainly don't want to be Debbie Downer today on the show. We can save that for tomorrow. But I'll be Debbie Downer for just a minute and say that it's just weird. The whole thing is. And how you lose that many views in just a few weeks. And everything we have, like Karis and I's show's been doing 3,000 and 4,000 views, 1,000 here. Maybe, I don't know if it's the season, if it's just people are sick of social media. I don't know what's going on. Or they're just sick of me. That could be it. And what do we got here? The shirt sounds very new. Steve, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about there. I'm behind. But yes, thank you guys for being here. So follow us on all the socials. You know, we're on the X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So follow us there if you haven't yet, or give our page a subscription on YouTube, especially because when I get totally frustrated with the Book of Face, I'm just bailing on them, and we'll go to YouTube. See if we can build an audience there. We built an audience here. We did. We're damn near up to 10,000 on our page, all organic. Keep that in mind. I don't buy any likes. Never. So we're slowly climbing. You know, we get about 100 a month and we lose about 20 a month. So it works out. And a lot of those 20 are people that snooze their page or do whatever they do, or, take a break. So that's how that works. So let's talk about this week in music for us. First of all, name that tune at Heather's real quick. I mentioned it on the show Thursday as well, so I'll just mention it fast. 34 teams, over 200 people playing. Thank you to everybody that shows up for that. We have a blast with that. It was a beautiful night on the patio. Had so many dogs there. It was fun. And, it's dog friendly as well, and all that. And if you've never been to Heather's patio, you don't know. But if you have been, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a great vibe there and a wonderful time. So let's get to Thursday. We had this little thing that took a life of its own called a watch party at the Bell and the Bear. And a lot of people didn't know what that meant. It's just simply everybody get together and go watch a show. That's all it's about. And we try to say, okay, and I'm going to say that quite frequently here over the summer, like where I'm going to be on a Friday night. And if you guys want to show up and come see a new band or come see somebody that plays, that you haven't seen before, then come out and join us for a watch party. And we had a watch party for the Jam, and we had a lot of people come down from the north, cross the Mason-Dixon line into Cincinnati, and got a chance to see the Bell and the Bear in Montgomery, Ohio for the first time. They couldn't have been happier. I couldn't have been happier. It's really humbling to see the amount of people, and the pictures didn't do it justice even. Because the number of people wearing the Haul Around Town Support Local Music apparel was very heartwarming to me. And I appreciate it so much. Shows how many of you care, how many of you have purchased that. We don't make a dime off that apparel. I don't pocket any of that money. If there's what they do, they give me about 10% of the cost of all of it. Once it's all paid for, 10% of what they make goes to me, and we roll it into shirts. So whatever we've got, then they print a few more shirts for me, and I can give them away or do whatever I want to do at different events or that kind of thing. So that's how that works. And our friends at 937 Inc. do that, and they're a local company here in Springboro, and they're wonderful people and just do a great job. So thank you all for jumping on the bandwagon there, so to speak, and wearing the shirts. Now let's talk about the Jam for a minute. Wow. Some great people there at the Jam. Some really great people at the Jam. That I hadn't seen in a long time. Joe Coles was there. I hadn't seen him in ages. And Connie, I'm waiting on them to give me the button on the shirts. It sounds like it's going to go this week. They'll get it up and running. I'll post it on the page. You have 14 days. Remember, guys, don't procrastinate, because 14 days, then they close the store, ship all the orders, make them and ship them. That's how it works. And that's how we can get a good price on them and all that. So, and you can order what you want and not just find me somewhere and try to get it off the shelf or that kind of thing. Good afternoon, my buddy Jerry Nimmersheim. So Thursday night's watch party at the Bell. Some of the people that came from the north that had never been there, Scott Albrecht and Terry Albrecht from Wild Frontiers were there. Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud was there. Our friend Hope and Don were there, who made the koozies you might have had Jim McCarthy throwing at you all night long. He was doing a great thing with that. And just so many other people there who came in their shirts. And like I said, Gina McCann, Tim wearing the hat, and Glenn was decked out in his stuff. I had to hold a bag of his Chinese food that said support local music on it that he had printed, by the way. And Glenn said we had over 100-mile radius of people. We did. And that's really cool that everybody showed up and had a good time. And Dirk said Gina McCann has a new fan from Dayton. Gina McCann, the minute she sings, makes new fans everywhere. She is that good. And I tell people that she's the top vocalist in the tri-state. I mean, she's in that top tier always. And we love Gina McCann and her soulful singing on stage. Scott Albrecht got up to do a couple songs. So he didn't expect that, and he got up there. So really good stuff that went on there. And yeah, let's see what else I got. Hall Pass Rock Band checking in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my friend. And Debbie, hi Debbie. Doing the blues thing with Debbie. How are you? And Connie says Gina's and one thing Jeff's done for me, and Jeff showed me one night, or maybe he sent it to me, a recording of Gina's voice, or it might have been Mark Bransford, one of the two, just stripped off of everything, music gone, everything, just her vocal. Oh my goodness. You talk about pitch perfect. That girl's pitch perfect. She is. And I love Gina McCann, not only as being pitch perfect and a wonderful singer, but a great human being. So thank you, Gina, for being here. And also at the Bell and the Bear, got to give props to the house band. The house band's what the glue that holds that all together. And Dirk was kind of funny. He mentioned he said he was ready to just put his bass down and quit playing after watching Jonathan Grooms play. What a talent that guy is, and he's just a showman on stage. Kevin Cooper keeps the show running and can play and sing anything. Jim Cuesta, the music professor, on the keyboards. A wonderful Travis Hanna back there on drums. Another, and like Jonathan played all night. There wasn't any bass players there hardly. So Dirk didn't bring his axe, so he didn't play, but nobody else up there. A few drummers sat in for a few minutes. Bob Weber got to play guitar. Jamie Combs, obviously, one of the hosts. And Scott Albrecht says that band could play the phone book and have everybody cheering for him. And that's the magic that Karis has put together there with that house band and the jam night. Now it's going into the slower season at the Bell because their winter months are packed. Everybody's out doing the outdoor events and those kind of things. But all you got to do is count on. You get a rainy Thursday, that jam will be right back to wintertime packness. So be aware of that. Packness, is that a word? But it's my home away from home. It is my favorite music vibe anywhere. It's one of those. And yes, Mike Roberts, thank you, Glenn, for reminding that. Herding the cats and doing the list. That's a difficult job. Kathy Laverde did that for a long time. She still does occasionally. And Mike Roberts does the list. And people don't understand because they're used to going to open mics, and it's like, okay, it's like karaoke night, next, and don't take that wrong, but it's like next player up, next person up on the list, next person up on the list, and they do their 3 songs. The jam tries to put people in the right spot, and that's hard to do to keep the energy level going and the type of music and all that. So that's we've discussed that before. Many times people take that to get put on the list as, oh, it's a click and I didn't get to play till the end. Well, they're going to put the new people at the beginning or the end because they don't know you and they don't know what you're going to do to the audience. Please respect that, because if you owned a bar, you'd understand it, that you don't want somebody coming up there and doing 3 songs that just kill the vibe in the room at 9:30 or 10. So, understand. It's all about the energy. Ray Renee on the stage, TJ on the stage, Joe Cole's band on the stage, a host of people playing that night, not to mention just the house players that kill any song they do. So thank you to the Bell and the Bear. Thank you to Karis for a wonderful table she gave us and all that. And we just had a good time. Hi, Todd Davis from the Miamisburg Moose. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for being here. If you're out there, guys, you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to recognize them, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But that's all we got to say about the Thursday jam. I could name, if I start naming people that were wearing the apparel and all that, I'll miss somebody. So just thank you to everyone. Thank you to Carrie. Thank you to Ed Sawicki for taking the photos that they took throughout the night. I tried to take some of individuals in their shirts that are on our page now. My pictures suck. Their pictures are much better. Keep that in mind. But really a good night always a pleasure to hang out with my family at the Bell and the Bear. It is. And a big shout out to Tim Anderson from the Whammies, formerly of the NKG, who said some really nice things on stage about All Around Town Radio. I can't appreciate that anymore. And looks like Scott's here from Abe's Lincoln. Had a great time playing at the Smoke on the River Barbecue Fest yesterday afternoon. Yeah, what a great time. Had some nice weather, too. Good stuff. Abe's Lincoln, another one of my faves. But let me move on. I got a lot to talk about. Let me get going here. So Friday night, real quick, I won't dwell on it either. I did a glow party at the Moose. I DJ'd the party, played dance hits from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And those that were there, Friday night was a weird night. Everybody I talked to in the bar business said it was slow. So it was a little slower than I had hoped for, but we had a great time. The people that were there had a good time. We went till the end of the show. I mean, we didn't cut it early, do any of that. And they danced. And that's all you can ask for. We had a little bit of an epic dance off. And I want to thank my friends from Finding Melissa, 2/3 of Finding Melissa, who were there, Melissa and Ken. And family. I want to thank them, and I want to thank them for being participants and getting out there and dancing and all the things that they did. And I never knew Ken had the moves he had, man. He got out there and shook what he had. Then the shirt came off. I don't know, Ken. Yes, then the shirt came off. But he was in an epic dance battle with two other people. Ken did not win, unfortunately. But this nice young lady did, who was a little developmentally disabled, and she won, and she had a great time. There was an elderly woman there with a foxtail in her costume. There were a lot of people dressed in the neon attire because of the glow party and the black lights and all that. And I just had a great time. So I want to thank the Moose for having me. They have me every Tuesday night for trivia. And for having me do that glow party. I appreciate it more than you know. And I got a chance to stop back at the Moose yesterday, and we'll talk about that here at the end of the show as well. So let me talk about Saturday. Dirk Turner's birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a round of applause for Dirk Turner? Do I have applause on this thing? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Do we have applause? Hell, who knows? Yes, we do. Dirk Turner's birthday. There we go. Thank you. Hi, Kevin. Thank you so much for Thursday as well. Kevin's a huge music supporter, and I appreciate you wearing the apparel and hanging out, and it was great to see you. It's always good to be in your presence, Kevin, for good. And Tracy said she got to see Ladder at Heather's on Friday, said it was epic. I would have been there if I hadn't had the gig, I guarantee it. And hearing them do Tom Sawyer was sensational. Yeah, Jim's got a great voice. Quentin plays guitar unbelievably in that band as well. So good stuff. What's Bob got to say here? Took a road trip to Hamilton, saw a retroactive band at Municipal. Well, how about that, Bob? And you got to see Colleen. I got to see her last weekend play. Yes. How about that? Wonderful. He said, memorable night. I'm glad you got to travel and see Colleen play because she's a huge fan of yours, I know as well. So let me talk about crying out loud. Dirk's birthday. Do I have a picture of Dirk? I may. Let me see here. Let's see. There he is, the birthday boy, Dirk Turner, hammering out the bass line in that wonderful hat of his. And there was his little cupcake with the candle on it, because they couldn't have enough candles under the tent for the amount of years Dirk was celebrating, or we would have had a fire code violation. But it was a good time. Dirk is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I have known Dirk since he was 14 or 15, and he was playing in a metal band. Was that Strychnine, Dirk? What was the name of the band, if you're out there? Playing in a metal band, doing a Battle of the Bands that we hosted at the bus stop. It was called the Bus Stop Disco at that time. And that was good. And Jerry said, love the hat. Yeah, it was good to hang with my dude Jerry also and enjoy that night. And Dirk said, thanks for the birthday wishes and coming to celebrate. I wouldn't have missed it, Dirk. That's a great hat. It really was. And yes. And he said, Scott said all of Crying Out Loud were fantastic. So, yeah, you got John Norcus up front on the microphone. You got Shannon on the microphone, Dave McCarty on the guitar, Dirk on the bass, and Niles on the drums. Rounds out Crying Out Loud. Super band, wonderful entertainers. Had the crowd up and pumped, which is what you asked for. And, yeah, I got to see that bourbon there, Dirk. That's nice. That is nice. Well, Jerry took care of you. He did. He did. So let's talk about Crying Out Loud for a minute. There were tables full of family there, obviously, for Dirk's birthday and Shannon's family. I know I saw, and just a host of folks. And I want to talk about John's vocals for a minute. John is superb. His vocals are just top notch. And he can hit those notes in those songs, and he's great at the 80s. And I've got a couple set lists here. I didn't get set 1, but I've got set 2 and 3. So give you an idea of what Crying Out Loud featured to the crowd that night was Stone in Love, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', Don't Treat Me Bad, Round and Round, Kickstart My Heart, Lonely is the Night, The Warrior, Welcome to the Jungle, For the Love of Money, Whole Lot of Love, Top of the World, Melt With You, I Want You, and What I Like About You. I Want You to Want Me was that one. So that is good and wonderful. That was just set 2, by the way. Set number 3, if you're taking notes here, Fall in Love Again, Barracuda, Your Mama Don't Dance, Somebody Get Me a Doctor, Hurts So Good, Already Gone, Start Dragging My Heart Around, Take It on the Run, What's Up, Give a Little Bit, My Sharona, Aaliyah, who does that? The Look, a little Roxette tune there, and Always Something There to Remind Me. How about that? That's pretty good. Pretty good set list. And Tracy said the Motley Crue was spot on. Yeah, John's voice, spot on. Spot on that one. And Shannon as well. Shannon's come into her own too. I mean, she's up there powerhouse in those vocals as well. Good band. Dave McCarty, if you know him, excellent guitarist. It's just a well-rounded group, and anytime they play, you're guaranteed to have a crowd wherever they go, and that's a good thing. That's what people are looking for, especially those venue owners. And it was a beautiful night on the patio. You couldn't have ordered any better weather on Saturday night to have Dirk's birthday party. He had his wife, his daughter there, a bunch of his daughter's friends who were just, I watched them at the table, Dirk. They were having a ball. I don't know if you caught that, but they were singing every word to every 80s song, and these girls aren't even close to being 80s age. And they were just having a great time. I talked to several people in the audience that night. There were musicians there. Matt Smith from Stranger and Love Bomb, he was in the house as well. And Chris Thompson, he was there from Uncle Rico. And we were just talking and talking to other musicians who popped up. Tim from Hall Pass Rock Band, about how good this group was and how much fun they were having there. So Heather was happy. I got to see her for a few minutes. She's obviously works hard. And, and what people don't realize too, like in the evening time when all these gigs go on with Heather, she's already worked a day where she probably came in there at 5 a.m. because they do a ton of parties and catering and everything else. So, sometimes when you see Heather in the late evening hours and she looks like she's just ready to go, she is. She's ready to go home. And I miss my buddy Jerry. I didn't get to hang with him as much as I'd hoped that night, but I did get to see him, which was good. Sorry, I got a little cough going, guys. Here and trying to get rid of it. But Crying Out Loud, Dirk Turner's birthday, huge party. And John, thank you for the shout out from the stage as well for All Around Town Radio. He gave us a big shout out, and Dirk always does. So, yes. And Dirk says, always great to make Heather happy. Well, she knows who to book. She does. And Heather's one of those that books the right bands and brings the right people in that she knows are going to appeal to her crowd. And what a crowd it was. We were sitting there at the table. I was sitting with some friends, Kent and Melinda, and we were talking about they just keep coming in. Where are they going to put all these people? I mean, it was a packed house. It was. And, this time of year, it starts to get chilly. People run out early and those kind of things, but still a great time. And thank you, Bob. I'm going to do a little bourbon and honey right after the show. I didn't bring it in here. I wish I had. But yes. And Dirk, I appreciate you, buddy, and your friendship for years and years we've had. So awesome. Awesome. So I got to move on. I'm looking at my clock here, so I got to move on here. But thank you Saturday night for that. On the way home, I bugged out. And to be 100% honest, I wasn't feeling the greatest on Saturday. I'd worked out in the yard all day and planted gardens and flowers and stuff like that. And I was kind of worn out. So I made a little early Irish exit there, said bye to Dirk, and then snuck out right after Jerry and Heather did. And I ended up at Mr. Burroughs Tavern for just a few minutes to see Hindsight play because I've seen those guys a couple times, different locations, but they were that close to home. I figured I'd at least stop and say hey for a minute and take a few pictures for them and post it on the page, which we did today. And Hindsight, what an elaborate stage setup. I mean, these guys, it was almost too big for Burroughs. I mean, to be honest with you, there was a lot of equipment up there. They have wonderful lighting. If you saw my pictures, their lighting is spectacular to take pictures in. And it was really good. And the lighting, I just can't even begin to tell you how good it was for photos. So keep up the good work on that. They were playing their classic rock tunes. It was a little late in the evening there. And again, this time of year, people tend to roll home pretty early. And but I understand earlier in the evening, they had a hell of a crowd. Let me see what Mark Robinson has to say. Oh, yes. Oh, you got to see the cassette junkies at Element Eatery. How about that? And Rockstar at Fretboard. I had some friends send me a video from Rockstar at Fretboard, and they said it was great. Blackbone Cat at the Bell in one evening. Man, you killed it, Mark. Mark Robinson, the lead singer. He's the one that says show on our theme song, people. Mark Robinson, Sweet Sister Mercy in the house. Thank you so much. Bob got to say here. Since Bob has no cough, it'll be just bourbon. There you go. I did get some good stuff I'm going to be putting on the page that Lee Dixon gave me to try, and it's some good vocal stuff. For you singers and that, you may want to look into this and watch for that post to come up on the page. Carla, that's a demerit for being late. And Kevin Tolles really likes watching. Mark Bransford said, "Thank you, Mark. Good to see you." Hey, we just booked a date on the Wednesday with the band with Crown Watts, Billy Watts, actually. Looking forward to that. Going to be some fun. It is. So, what else do I have to talk about? Hindsight. Yes, Hindsight. Classic rock tunes, playing a well-rounded band, doing their thing. And if you guys haven't had a chance to follow their page, please follow their page, Hindsight. And I didn't get to see enough to even give you a report on it, to be honest with you. There were some friends out on the patio that were there at a table, and I kind of got wrapped into that for 20 minutes or so, and then got in to hear just a couple songs before I had to run. And really, from what I saw, the crowd there, those that were in there were hanging out, having a good time. And that's what you want. You got to have people having a good time. And yes, you are grounded, Carla, from here on out. Grounded she is. So I've got to move on. I wish I could talk more about Hindsight and that, but I just don't have time today. Sunday, real quick, I got a chance. That's it, Kevin Cooper, the Voice 37. That's it. Yes. Thank you. And it has saved me a couple days here on some vocal issues that I'm working. Let me talk about Sunday. I went to the Miamisburg Moose. They had this big thing, this big drawing. We won't get heavy into it, but big drawing there that they do once a month. And it was a jam-packed crowd. And David Thornton was playing there. And David Thornton playing in the big social room and social quarters, as they like to refer to it, doing a fantastic job. And I'll get pictures up of David later. I took a few, but David Thornton, this guy is a one-man band, literally. He works with the looper and all that stuff, but doesn't overdo it. I mean, he's just talented. He's a wonderful guitarist, a great vocalist, and had a wonderful time with David Thornton there. Got a chance, and it was so packed, I didn't get a chance to even talk to him. I waved at him and said hi. But David, that's a good gig for David. The funny part is, though, after the drawing takes place and they give away some money, someone turns on the vacuum and everybody leaves. It's like they're gone. They're gone. So at one point, David was playing to probably 500 people. And at the next point, he's playing to 5. Yeah. So that's a little disheartening sometimes, but they're there for the drawing. And, you know, they enjoy David. They like him, but they don't come just for that show. And it was Mother's Day as well. So good stuff there at the Moose. The Moose is a wonderful organization. They give back to the community. In fact, they are the primary sponsor for Springfest in the Berg. And we're really happy to be partnered with them and part of that. And I'm happy to be partnered with them on Tuesday nights each week. It's a wonderful place, and I've met some great people there. So let me move on and say tomorrow is Hot Topic Tuesday with your co-host with the most, Karis, who'll be in the house. Wednesday with the band, we had a cancellation, but I'm working on another one right now. So before anybody inundates me with I can get on Wednesday, wait to see if I land something this afternoon, and if I don't, I'll post it. But we're looking for somebody at noon if we do post it on Wednesday. And then I'll be at Springfest in the Berg Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be the MC and backstage guy. And that'll be going on there with a wonderful musical lineup, including our friends from Wild Frontiers, Finding Melissa, Tessa Marie, just a host of people. David Thornton, by the way, is in that. I can't wait to meet, like I said, Sorella, who were wonderful interviews on our show a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking forward. I love Springfest in the Berg. And it's not just music all the time. I mean, it's a carnival for the kids. It's craft vendors and that all throughout the park. It's a beautiful facility that Miamisburg just redid. And the lineup is available if you go to Springfest in the Berg or Berg Springfest. If you type that in, it'll take you there on Facebook. And you can see all the information about where to park, how to get in, what to do throughout the entire day, and who the food vendors are. There's countless food vendors too. So I'm looking forward to that. Real quick, though, I did just have a meeting today. I'm doing a very humbling presentation on the Thursday. It's Thursday next week, not this week, before Memorial Day at the Air Force Museum, National Air Force Museum in Riverside. And it's a memorial plaque wall that they put 90 more names on each year for this event. And I get to be the host and MC for that event. And a lot of people there, a lot of people that are posthumously put on it after they are deceased, but there are people that are still living that are placed in this wall of honor at the Air Force Museum. And if you've never been to the National Air Force Museum and you like aircraft or you're an aviation enthusiast, it is a must. And it's free to get in. Keep that in mind. There are like massive hangars, 6, 7 of them, I believe now. They have the plane that John F. Kennedy was flown back from Dallas on in that one big hangar. There's eras of war, all the war planes and stuff. It's just a beautiful place. And I'm humbled and certainly honored that they asked that I'd be part of that. So I'll be there for that one. And I'll tell you more about that as it gets closer. If you want to attend, it's at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. But we're looking forward to that. So I'll be back with you again on Thursday as well with Who's Playing Out. We'll do it again this week and see where it goes. See what kind of viewership we get. And if it continues to tank, who knows? We'll see what happens if we need to make a change. But thank you guys so much for being with us on a Monday. I can't appreciate you enough for what you all do and your support you give the local music community. Those of you who made it down Thursday night to the Bell and the Bear, thank you again for supporting and wearing the shirts. The pictures are priceless. And that'll forever be etched in my memory that you all did that for us. So thank you. I'm going to get on out of here. We will see you tomorrow. And I know it's a Monday night. Might be slow some places, but, if you're not going to be going out and seeing live music tonight, get out this week and check out live local music and support the venues that bring it to you. So there it is, guys. That's it for this week. Oh, I got to get the theme song back up, though. Let me get over there. Where are we? Wow. Let's get somebody to talk today. Let's see if Maybe Kevin Cooper's out there. I don't know. Is that Kevin?
Hey, everybody, this is Kevin Cooper. When I'm not engaging in magical mayhem at the Bell and the Barrel or playing any of a number of hundreds of other venues in the greater Cincinnati area, I'm at home, and I'm listening to Scott Hall on the Hall Around Town radio show.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, buddy. Roger Bates, good to see you as well. Thanks for being here, guys. See you tomorrow on the show with Karis. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face.
He's watching.
Yeah, I know where to go.
Thanks, Carla.
Into the music scene.
Hi, Tier.
Showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So Around Town Radio Show.
Thanks, Dirk Turner.
Where I go for the latest band info. So Around Town Radio Show.
There we are, Mark Robinson.
Music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio. It's the Weekend Review.
Don't forget the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they may represent. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Off the